In 186 BC, the Roman Senate made a decision that would shock the ancient world. They didn't declare war. They didn't pass a new law. They did something far more disturbing. They banned their own people from attending secret religious ceremonies. Why? Because what they discovered happening in the dark groves outside Rome involved the most powerful men in the Republic, and it was so depraved, so dangerous that even Rome, the empire of gladiators and conquest, had to shut it down. To understand what happened, you need to know about Bacchus, the Roman god of wine, madness, and ecstasy. The Greeks called him Dionysus, and his followers? They believed that through wine, through music, through ritual, they could touch the divine. But here's where it gets interesting. These weren't just peasants gathering in the woods. By the 2nd century BC, the Bacchanalia, the festivals of Bacchus, had spread into the heart of Roman society. Senators, generals, noblewomen, magistrates. They weren't just attending. They were leading these ceremonies. And what started as a women-only religious rite became something else entirely. In 186 BC, a young man named Aebutius went to the Roman consuls with a terrifying story. His stepfather wanted to initiate him into the cult of Bacchus. But his mother, who was already a member, warned him. Don't go. You don't know what happens in there. She told him that the rituals had changed. That men and women now gathered together. That initiations happened at night. That there was drinking, frenzied dancing, and things she couldn't, or wouldn't, describe. The consuls launched an investigation, and what they found was worse than anyone imagined. According to the Roman historian Livy, the Bacchanalia had become a cover for organized crime, political conspiracy, and sexual rituals involving both men and women, some of them coerced, some of them underage. Initiates were sworn to secrecy. Those who refused to participate? Livy claims they were murdered. And here's the kicker. Members of the Roman Senate were implicated. So what did these rituals actually involve? According to the ancient sources, initiates would be taken into the woods at night. They'd drink wine mixed with other substances. Hallucinogens maybe. The details are murky. Then came the music, drums, flutes, chanting. The goal was ecstasy, literally to stand outside yourself, to lose control, to merge with the god. And in that state, boundaries dissolved. The sources describe frenzied dancing, nakedness, sexual acts performed openly, men with women, men with men, rituals that invoked fertility, chaos, and divine madness. But here's what made Rome panic. It wasn't just about sex. It was about power. When senators, generals, and politicians gather in secret, when they swear oaths to each other in the dark, when they share secrets that could destroy careers, that's not religion. That's a conspiracy. The Senate acted swiftly. They passed the Senatus Consultum de Bacchanalibus, one of the oldest surviving Roman legal documents. The cult was banned. Temples were destroyed. Thousands were arrested. Livy claims that more than 7,000 people were implicated. Many were executed. But here's the thing. The law didn't ban Bacchus worship entirely. It banned secret gatherings. It banned men and women mixing in the rites. It required government permission for any bacchanalian ceremony. Because Rome didn't fear the god. Rome feared what happened when powerful people gathered in the dark and shared pleasures that bound them together more tightly than any law. Now, historians debate how much of Livy's account was true and how much was propaganda. Was the cult really that dangerous? Or did the Senate use moral panic to crush a movement they couldn't control? Because here's what we know for sure. Throughout history, when the powerful gather in secret, whether it's the Bacchanalia, the Hellfire Club, Bohemian Grove, or Epstein's Island, the same pattern emerges. Sex, power, secrecy. And when those three things combine, empires get nervous. The Roman Senate didn't fear orgies. They feared a rival power structure forming in the shadows. So the next time someone tells you that sex scandals and politics are a modern invention, remember 186 BC. Remember the Senate's secret. And remember that power has always known. The things we do in the dark define who rules in the light. If you want more forbidden history like this, the stories they don't teach in school, subscribe and hit the bell. Next week, I'm uncovering the sexual rituals of the Knights Templar. Trust me, you won't believe what the church tried to hide. I am ancient lust and legacy. This is the hidden desires of history. And I'll see you in the shadows.